Hey, how's it going, everybody? So today I've got a Squall video here for you from NN Fuji's YouTube channel. Hopefully I said that right, but I've got the link to it down in the description below. He's a really good player. He has a really strong Squall. He plays a couple of other different characters, but he plays them all at a really high level. He's super fun to watch. And in case you don't know about Squall specifically, so he's one of the speed characters in this game, which means he kind of specializes in just kind of getting in, getting a couple hits in, and then getting out, and rinse and repeat. Squall specifically is really strong. He does a lot of damage with his attacks, and he's really good at catch. If he catches somebody in a bad position, he can do a ton of damage to them. And then one other kind of useful benefit about Squall is that his attacks, some of them have really long attack animations, which means it's kind of easy for people to follow up on them. One of the really strong strategies that people would impose in the past and still do is having someone get locked in a chain animation from Squall, and then following up with like Terra's Meteor or some other kind of long range HP attack. So he's a really powerful character in this game right now. And one other quick thing just to say before we start, I've been feeling a little sick lately, so sorry if I sound a little stuffy. All right, so let's get into this first match here. All right, so we've got Squall, Kain, and Sephiroth as the team we're following, and they are going up against Firion, Zidane, and Squall. So I'll try to keep the two Squalls. I'll try not to get too confusing with them. So we've got two speed teams, two really melee heavy, aggressive, probably teams. So as you can kind of see, just people are kind of rushing around, just trying to get in a couple of attacks because there's so many speed characters. That's kind of what you're going to see a lot of. Squall gets in a quick hit on Zidane, and then Zidane kind of tries to dash away, but he kind of picks a bad angle, didn't really do anything about Squall, so he's able to follow up with another attack there. Really good by our Squall player. And there was a good follow-up, so that's kind of like the Dissidia combo bread and butter right there. You saw Sephiroth hitting those purple projectiles on the opposing team Squall, and our Squall was able to follow up with an attack off of that before he got knocked away. So a good HP attack hit in there by Squall, hitting the Summoning Stone here. We got a kill off screen on Firion. And actually, let me just pause this real quick and just go back, because a lot kind of happened there. I kind of want to just explain it a little bit. So first off, you see, let's move forward. Right, so let's put the Summoning Stone. So you often see, as soon as the Summoning Stone pops up, there'll be a couple of skirmishes usually around it. So what you see here is that both Squalls are moving towards it. Our Squall is the closest to it, so what he does here is throws out his aerial circle attack, which is just a really fast HP attack that Squall has. So it's one of the safer HP attacks to throw out, from what I can tell. So what you see here is that he kind of throws it out. Worst case, it at least does damage to the Summoning Stone and he can move away if he needs to. Best case is the Squall dashes in and he catches him on that dash and does HP damage, which is exactly what ends up happening. So let's move a little forward to the kill right here. Okay, so like I said, we've got Sephiroth and Firion off screen. They've been fighting, and looks like Sephiroth scored a kill on him right now, but they're far away, which kind of leaves two players on red team alone, right? So both of the two players on red team, you see them on the minimap 4 and 5, are focusing on Squall right now. They're both looking to make a move on him because our Squall is focused on the Summoning Stone. But the good thing is Kain is right there in between them. He's number 2 on the minimap, right there in between 4 and 5. And what he's thinking is, whichever one of them moves in on the Squall that we're following, he's going to follow that player and follow up with them. So what you're going to see here is number 4, which is Zidane. He makes the move on Squall, and Kain, you'll see, follows right behind him. So right there. So they're coming in, and Kain is right behind Zidane, who notices this, I presume, because what he does is he uses his steal, which is his dash attack. And what that's going to do is just kind of put some distance between Squall, Kain, and Zidane. So he's kind of hoping to just get safe from the situation, just kind of reset it, just move away. So you see him do that. But what happens here, unfortunately for him, is that Kain's HP attack is Gungnir, which is his long-range HP attack where he throws a spear. So that's exactly what he does. You saw that kind of fly in right there, get another kill for the team. So what happens now is that blue team is up 3-1 really rather quickly, less than a minute into the game. So they are in a really good position here. So So now the teams are kind of resetting and it's going kind of back to the usual posturing around, just kind of hunting for an attack. No, a good bravery attack, good little combo right there with Sephiroth on the Squall, broke his bravery. Just kind of posturing around here, got a nice attack on Furion, got him with a nice little HP attack, so that's pretty good. Looks like blue team is going for their summon now, kind of a treacherous, yeah, bad positioning there for Squall, not much you could do about it, but Furion was able to hit him out of the summon, but no problem, they still get the summon off and bring in Rama. So in case you don't know, summons are really powerful in this game, and Rama specifically is good at disrupting enemy movement. You'll see the little lightning circles with pillars that shoot up. It does a lot of bravery damage, and it also just makes it difficult for you to traverse the area. So anyways, the teams are fighting here. Zidane is isolated in the back. Looks like it's probably going to be a kill. It is. So now let's hang on. Let's look back at that real fast. So let's go back to right after Rama summoned. Yeah, so he's been summoned here. Okay, so first off, what you see, pretty standard. This happens kind of a lot in these games, but both teams kind of group up, do their big buffs that they have. Each player can have 2 X skills, and a lot of the times you'll see that they will get some buffs that they can do with their teammates. So that's kind of what happens here. You see the circles going around with increasing their HP and their bravery. So it's pretty standard. So what happens here is that red team moves in for a fight, which I think is a bad idea personally, because they're at a really big disadvantage. Not just the fact that they're 1 death away from losing, nothing they can do about that at this point, but with Rama being active, it's going to be difficult for them to really move in and get a kill in the first place, or help their teammates out if they're in a bad position, because Rama just really controls certain areas on the battleground. So there's still a ton of time left in this game. There's really no need for them to force a fight here. They could easily just wait out the summon, or at least try to wait out the summon, as opposed to just rushing into a fight and just waiting to hope that blue team will make a mistake. But instead what happens is you'll see Furion moves kind of forward here, kind of starting posturing around for a fight. So then blue team just kind of moves around, just waits to see what red team will do. And then immediately you see Zidane has kind of rushed into the back line of the blue team, which as a speed character isn't that, strange, but it really puts him in a bad position, and it's kind of a bad idea to do that right now. The reason being, you see Squall here is kind of in between Zidane and his teammates, and also, the whole entire blue team pretty much is in between Zidane and his teammates, right? And what's going to happen here is that Rama is going to put these lightning pillars under Furion and kind of cut off Furion and Squall from Zidane. Plus, Squall's in perfect position to attack Furion here, so he's able to stop him from doing anything. So Zidane is completely walled off from his team. Kain and Sephiroth are chasing him down, and Sephiroth also has like 5,000 bravery or something. So he's able to easily pick up the kill there. Not much Zidane could do in that kind of situation, because if Sephiroth didn't get him, then Kain was going to, and he would still be back there at his really bad position, just kind of locked off from his team. So, pretty dominant win here by the blue team. I think they did a really good job of comboing off of each other. I think the Squall specifically, part of the reason I really love watching him is just he does a really good job of having map awareness and just really knowing when to go in for an attack, when to back up. He does a really good job of kind of hunting people down and just getting off quick attacks and just dealing a lot of damage, which I think he did in this game. He did it really early on to Zidane. He did some really good hits on him. But yeah, overall, really good showing by the blue team in this first game. Alright, cool. So I think it goes into the next game here. Let's see here. Yeah, alright, sweet. So here we've got, let's see, so we had Garland, Titus, Terra on the enemy team, and then our team that we're following, we've got Squall, Terra, and Furion. So a bit more balanced here. We've got 1 heavy, 1 speed, 1 shoot here. So you can kind of expect to see a little less aggression, a little bit more poking, just kind of posturing around here. Especially because the red team has got a lot of range here. Garland is a really long range heavy, and then they have Terra as well, so they can shoot from a distance. And then from Titus, you can kind of expect the same rush in, rush out mentality that Squall has. They kind of have similar goals. So just poking around here, like I said, Terra connecting with a little attack, but nothing too serious. No HP damage so far, just kind of moving around. Squall getting in a quick hit there on Titus. He was kind of fishing around in their back line, seeing if he could get anything, and he did. Another couple of quick attacks here. Nice move there on Garland, who tried to sneak up on him, didn't quite work. Like I said, it helps that aerial circle is a really fast move. The start animation is, at least. So just some posturing around here. Nothing too serious happening here. Squall is trying to get behind the opponents, just like last time here, rushing in for an attack on Terra. Unfortunately, he gave her a little too much time to react to it, so she was able to see it coming, hit him with an HP attack, leaving him pretty low on health. But the Summoning Stone has spawned, which means everyone's going to rush over to it, like I said. Squall getting in a couple of attacks here. Garland tried to drop down on him, didn't quite work, so Squall was able to capitalize on it, hit him with a bravery attack. So it looks like blue team's really close to being able to summon, so that'll put them able to summon now after that HP attack. So good move there, and they're going to go just immediately go ahead and start the summon. So I don't know if you guys caught that. So this is, I just kind of think this is funny. So let me just go back a little bit. This is coming in. All right, great, perfect timing. So Titus is using his HP attack here on Squall. He sees him doing the summon animation, thinks he's kind of isolated, so he's about to try and hit him with his slice and dice. Squall instinctively kind of used his shield because he didn't know what to expect, which is a pretty safe thing to do, is just drop your shield. So unfortunately for Titus, in like 9 times out of 10, this would be a worst case scenario. Squall is going to just dodge out of the way, no big deal, but sometimes it would hit. But unfortunately for him, the summon is literally about to start right now. So Squall's got about 10 seconds of the summon animation to figure out how he's going to react to it. Not to mention, if you look back on the minimap, Furion is right behind him, and he's got about 10 seconds to figure out how he's going to react to it too. So what's going to happen here is that Squall is going to be able to easily move out of the way. He knows exactly what's coming, so he's got no problem. He can just dodge right there to the left, no issue. Furion is just going to immediately throw out his HP attack and just knock Titus back for some HP damage. So now that Rom is active, you'll see blue team is going to be really aggressive here, kind of like in the last game. Red team tries to be a little defensive, but they're still trying to press the issue. They're still kind of fighting, so blue team's going to take advantage of that. You see Squall running in here, kind of locking Garland into Rama's attack, which nets him a ton of bravery because it's going to give him a bravery break. So he went up about 2,000 bravery. You see Terra here is kind of isolated. Squall's running in after her. Wall rush, she gets hit by an HP attack. Titus is trying to save her, but can't really do anything, so Squall's able to follow up, kill him. Off-screen, Furion killed Garland, so then right there, Titus finishes off Terra. So in about 15 seconds, that game went from pretty even to completely over. Let's take a look at just that last sequence, because so much happened. So let's jump back to before she was on the wall. So right here, this is about whenever Squall chases Terra off onto to where she's kind of isolated. So he gets a nice little bravery combo here, wall rushes her. So what happens here is he goes for the aerial circle, goes for the kill, but what happens is that Terra gets her, the blue team Terra, sorry, gets her HP attack off first, and there's a small period of invincibility between taking an HP attack and then being able to take another one. So what happens is the red team Terra gets hit by blue team Terra's HP attack, and then so the aerial circle from Squall doesn't do anything. But that's not an issue, because as soon as he gets the chance, you'll see Titus here is locked. Here, you can kind of see it perfectly here. So Titus is locked in his shield here. There's nothing he can do about it, because blue team Terra is shooting her fireballs at him. If he drops his shield, he's going to get hit, and he doesn't have time to dodge away. So this is the easiest aerial circle of Squall's life here. All he's got to do is drop down, hit it. It goes straight through the shield, which is what all HP attacks do. Nothing Titus can do here except die. So great move there. And then all that's left here is to just catch Terra one more time. She's only got 38 health, so if you wall rush her, she's dead. If you didn't notice, off to the distance, other side of the screen, or other side of the map, sorry, Furion was able to get a kill in on Garland, so they only have 1 life bar left. And perfect. Another aerial circle there by Squall finishes the game out. So really good showing there again by the blue team. Squall showing off his awesome ability to hunt people down and just see when to get attacks off. And let me also just say, I say another good showing by the blue team. These are 2 totally different teams. The only remaining member from the last game was Squall. He's just doing, I guess he's doing like random Q or whatever. But yeah, another fantastic game by him. So I got one more game for you guys here on this video. Let's see what we got. So we've got, let's see, so the enemy team here is going to be Von, Titus, Lightning, and they're going up against our team, which is Bartz, Squall, Zidane. Okay, so this is probably going to be similar to the first game a little bit, just because we've got 2 speeds on both teams. So going to be really aggressive, really fast. You're going to probably see a lot of hit and runs by both teams. So let's get right into it and see what we've got. So just some posturing around here. Zidane looks like he's going all the way in. Yeah, he's going straight for their backline. Looks like he's kind of trying to bait them to chase him. Squall is going to get in a quick aerial circle there on Lightning. Good move by him. Immediately, pretty good position here by the blue team. They're just kind of picking apart individual members of the red team. Vaughn trying to make a move there on Squall, but he's able to shield it. Good move. Good defenses by him. Titus getting in a move on there on Squall, but that's alright. Just a lot of bravery attacks, not too much damage. Summoning Stone pops up, so everyone moves to it as usual. Blue team gets the better of it, though. They've got almost 3/4, probably a little bit further than 3/4 of the bar filled up already, which is really good by them. Squall tried to do an aerial circle there, but Titus was able to interrupt it with his bravery attack, so kind of flip the tables on him there. But not a big deal. Only a little bit of damage, a little bit of HP damage to Squall. All of red team is really low on HP already, which isn't good for them. Okay, that was actually... hang on, let me run that back, because I just think that's kind of a funny little exchange here. So, what you see here... let's go a little further. Alright, cool. So, right here. So, I think this kind of shows the... there's so many quick little mental things to think of while you're playing this game, while everything is happening so fast. But what you kind of notice here is that Vaughn is hitting Bartz, who's number 1 on the map, hitting Bartz with his HP attack, the red spiral. And so immediately Squall sees that. It's going to leave Vaughn open because, you know, he has the cast animation for his HP attack. So Squall rushes in, gets the kill here with an aerial circle on Vaughn. But then immediately after that, the enemy team Lightning has already seen all this happening. She's already charging up her HP attack on Squall, who's now super vulnerable because he just had to use his HP attack in its casting animation. So he immediately gets killed too. So it's just one of those things that you kind of have to weigh the pros and cons almost of going in before you go in. It didn't really matter so much in this situation because both Vaughn and Squall had died. But if Squall had more HP maybe or something like that, then it wouldn't have been worth it for Vaughn to do just HP damage at the cost of his own life. So it's just always something you have to think about. So anyways, we got the summon animation going on for the blue team here. So just as usual, you can expect them to get really aggressive, which looks like they're doing. Squall's trying to get in here on Lightning, it looks like. Red team staying grouped up, which is good for them, but just like in the past games, they're kind of trying to pick a fight, which probably isn't a good idea for them while Rama's active. So looks like blue team's kind of getting the upper hand here. Bartz just flew in with an attack. I just want to highlight real fast just kind of what I was talking about a little bit in the first game too, just how important, because you can't really combo super easily in this game with yourself, how important team combos are, and just sticking with your team and following up with them. You'll see right here, Squall's kind of got Titus locked down. He just hit him with one bravery attack, and then you'll see Bartz fly in with his HP attack to follow up with it. So that's just the quickest way for them to get a kill on Titus is lock him down with a bravery attack from one person, HP attack with the other. So you'll see here, Zidane's kind of handling Lightning there by himself. Just kind of wall rushed her and finished her off with his HP attack. So pretty straightforward victory there by the blue team. But yeah, another really dominant performance. It just kind of shows too how powerful summons are, or at least Rama is right now in this game. I think that was all 3 games where the game ended while Rama was active. It just kind of shows it's pretty bad idea to try and pick a fight while he's active because, I mean, he dominates so much of the battleground. It's really hard to get around. It's really hard to stick with your team. And it's also really easy for the opposing team to just pick individual members off, which is kind of what you saw just happen. So yeah, that just kind of shows you really have to weigh what's going on in the battleground and what's really going on in the map while you're deciding if you want to attack or not. But yeah, a really, really great performance here by Fuji. I recommend you guys check out his channel because pretty much all of his videos are like this. He's really, really good at Squall. Really, really good at a lot of characters, so you guys should check him out. I appreciate you guys watching my video here. I hope you enjoyed my first time casting slash analyzing slash whatever you want to call the mix up of all that is. If you have any characters you want to see me do in some of my next videos, just let me know. I think I'm going to do Kuja next, so you should see that in a couple of days, but we'll see. I haven't completely decided yet. But yeah, if you have any tips, thoughts, anything, let me know. Thanks for watching, and hope you guys have a good one.